game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Dolphins, and it comes your way next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
double. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Tua going to run the sneak. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
They'll run with Barkley. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It can change momentum in a big way.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach? And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
From the gun, it's Tua. Slot, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chase Young just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on third down. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. Able to slither by. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Second and 2. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. On the counter, ETN. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Read alert. 19 sight. 19. Panther 11.
They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
After the turnover, it's Tua. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Waddle with a first touchdown of the Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Eagles are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. Gano out to kick this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Nice play call right there. And off the play action fake, he bootlegged out to his right. And I really like the patience he showed handling the fake to make the defense buy it. Then I love how he zeroed in on his man coming all the way across the formation and stuck it on him for a nice gain.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard after the 49. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
They'll set up a throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl.
Here we go.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And the slot man goes in motion left. On second down, here's Barkley. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Here's Austin. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Rolling to his right. And Watson has it right side. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This is the tight end fan. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 4th down, Matt Araiza is sent on to punt. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. They begin with a run by Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Some good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That pass caught. It's Williams. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Buffalo 18. Here's Ryan.
They'll throw now on the final play. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gault. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That's the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
2nd and 5. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Let's go now.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And across here as he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A first down carry for Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And the defense closes quickly there. They get maybe a yard to the 33.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chase Young able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, they've got it set up on the silver platter. 1st and goal inside the 10. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. And he's got it. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Christian Watson there to make the grab. And the Dolphins are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now Austin. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And that will come the offense as they take over. Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium. It's Super Bowl 50. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation. But instead, they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
The Eagles on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to pass. Tua. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to swell the lead to 6. Gano's kick is good, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly, trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 1. This is Fant on the short completion. And he goes out right around the 39. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about tight ends in a lot of cases now, pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
So the completion good for just 3, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2nd and 2. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
He'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Christian Watson, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from taking the lead in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. After the touchdown pass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off, because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back from both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And he's stopped after a gain of one. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Tua.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tagovailoa.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Tua. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Eagles are going to win the football game. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.